The Commission felt the breach is broadly consistent with the 4-point deduction handed to Nottingham Forest. They added, at the final stage of the assessment, the Premier League submitted that a sanction of anything less than 3 points would undermine the integrity of the Premier League and the aims of the PSR. The points deduction is based on what has been called a significant breach of the rules. They were allowed to lose up to £105 million. They had already been deducted 10 points for breaching those rules in the previous financial year, which was reduced to 6 on appeal. They released their accounts for last year last week and it was an £89.1 million loss. Everton lost significant revenue in that period. Such as the USM sponsorship deal through Alisher Usmanov. The Premier League are saying they have taken double jeopardy into account, but Everton have breached the rules and they felt there had to be a sanction. They are trying to set a benchmark for other clubs to follow these rules because there is so much ambiguity over what has happened with Everton and Nottingham Forest. The Premier League season finishes on May 19, but they have set aside May 25 to have all these appeals heard and dealt with. They would love everybody to know where they stand going into the final weekend but can't guarantee that at the moment. At least Everton now know the worst-case scenario. They are now 2 points above the relegation places and they have some huge games. Starting with Monday Night Football against Chelsea, next week. They then face 3 games at Goodison Park in just 6 days. In a points deduction derby, they take on Nottingham Forest, then Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, and then Brentford, who they are now 2 points below in the table. Remember, they still have to play Luton and Sheffield United. Sean Dyche was saying he just wanted clarity and they now have that. Everton deducted 2 points for breaching Premier League profitability and sustainability rules for second time. Everton have been deducted 2 points for another breach of the Premier League's profitability and sustainability rules, PSR. Before the points deduction was announced, Everton sat 15th in the Premier League table, 4 points above the bottom 3. They now drop below Brentford into 16th place on 27 points, 2 points and 2 places above 18th placed Luton. According to the written reasons published by the independent commission handling the case, Everton breached their allowed spending of a £105 million loss over 3 seasons by £16.6 million. The Premier League and the Commission initially wanted to impose a 5-point deduction on the club. But it was reduced to 2 on mitigating factors. Everton, who argued for a 1-point deduction to be deferred until next season, say they and their legal team have begun the preparations to appeal the Commission's decision. Should they confirm that appeal, then a decision on that must be heard by May 25, which is the week after the end of the Premier League season. Everton were also deducted 10 points in November for exceeding permitted losses by £19.5 million over a period ending with the 2021-22 season. However, this was reduced to 6 points following a successful appeal. Everton were charged again in January, along with Nottingham Forest, for breaching PSR rules over a period ending with the 2022-23 season. Forest were handed a 4-point deduction and have appealed against the decision. The written reasons for this latest case stated Everton argued multiple mitigating factors, including the fact they already been penalised for some seasons which overlap the new breach, the loss of sponsorship from USM services due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the fact they admitted breach at the first opportunity.